In Victoria, floodwaters continue to threaten communities throughout the state. There are now 22 recovery and relief centres up and running. Despite no rain in recent days, emergency crews are keeping a close eye on a number of levees, including the ones protecting the towns of Kerang and Dimboola, where homes are being evacuated. Well, just north of Dimboola, the town of Jepparrat is next to face the torrent, and I spoke to local councillor Michael Gawith late today. Councillor Michael Gawith, thanks for your time. A lot of the preparations have been taking place around the community of Jepparrat. What sort of preps are going on? What sort of flooding are you preparing for?
Well, it's been a hive of activity here today, Scott, and they've been preparing with sandbags and all those preliminary things that need to be done. And we're preparing for quite a reasonable river event. They're talking about a 1 in 100, 1 in 100 and a bit river event. So that's higher than we've had here for quite a significant amount of time. We had about a 1 in 70 event in 74, and we had about a 1 in 100 event in 1956. So there's been extensive sandbagging going on here today. They've laid, the volunteers have laid over 7,000 sandbags, 200 volunteers in total.
So what sort of properties are being sandbagged and how many?
Well, we've sandbagged about 8 houses, and we've done a lot of work down in the Wimmera Pioneer Museum, which is in a beautiful setting, but it's adjacent to the river, so it's very vulnerable down there. And they've had to shift all the motorised machinery to high ground, and we've had shipping containers in there, and we've emptied all the homesteads and the town buildings in there, the old shops and the likes, and the halls, taken all the artefacts and the antiques and everything out of there, and stored them in shipping containers, and we're shifting them to high ground as well. Councillor
Gawith, you live in what is predominantly an agricultural area. What effect has the flooding had on production and crops there?
Well, around this area here, the river's still within its flood plain. It hasn't gone out of its flood plain, and most of the crops have been harvested in this particular area, so it's having little effect on the agricultural area. And where it has gone out into the floodplains that are farmed, it puts good moisture credits down in there for future years, particularly next year. So all in all, as far as agriculture goes, no real damage at all in this part of the world.
Beyond agriculture, the ecology, looking further ahead, what does it mean for those significant lakes that are in that area around there?
Well, absolutely. This is a very significant area as far as the environment goes. This is a heritage river here behind me now, the Wimmera River. It runs into Lake Hindmarsh, which is the largest natural freshwater lake in Victoria. This country here has been crying out for rain and a decent river run now for 14 years, and it's really going to turn the place back to life. And you can probably see some of the dead trees and everything behind me, and they've all died in the droughts. But all the islands and the backwaters are all connected now and inundated with water, so that'll set the new growth growing. So as far as the environment goes, it's picture perfect.
So silver lining down the track, but clouds for now. And Michael Gawith from Hindmarsh Shire Council, I wish you and your community well.
Thank you very much, Scott. We appreciate that.